Welcome back, beloved sisters and spiritual warriors. This is episode 24 of And They Lied. I am your host, Shannon, and I am speaking to you not just as a survivor, not just as a priestess, but today as a messenger and as a guide and as a mother of the sacred resistance rising right now. Today's episode is not for the faint of heart. It is a critical transmission for every woman who is seeing the signs, feeling the energetic pull and pulse shift, and knowing that we are living in moments before something very massive. So if you have been having major visions, major dreams that are chaotic, gut feelings that something is about to break wide open, then this today is your confirmation. Let us begin. Hi, guys. Um, I have been continuously seeing this April 20th, the date that just keeps flashing over and over and over again. And I don't know, maybe many don't understand that this is a very significant date. It's a date that has been used for decades for authoritarian forces as like this symbolic and energetic power grab. It's again the birth of Mustache Man, the anniversary of Columbine, of Waco, of Oklahoma City, and it is time that we look at this for what it is. It is a chosen date for real ritualistic demonstrations of violence and domination, especially us that can see things, feel things, and are hearing things. When the regime wants to anchor a new era of control, they don't just pick random dates. They pick ones that hold energetic resonance. April 20th is darkly celebrated amongst many materialistic and white supremacists, um, that because it carries this frequency that's on this date. This is why everybody's feeling like really heavy. I know, like today I had my husband woke up and he's just like, I just can't, I feel like I can't breathe because it's so heavy. And it's because of the frequency. This is a frequency that we are experiencing right now of sacrifice, silence, because you're seeing it all over. Everybody's just sitting back going, oh, okay, so what do I do? And then the whole time we're doing that or we're having that experience, you have that other side, that the regime side, that is trying to do this like strategic domination plan and try to work it out. So like if April 20th they announce martial law, or if the mass deportations ramp up significantly, or if a new lockdown begins, those type of feelings are this week. This is the week we start to watch it. We kind of already saw it yesterday with dipshit in his hot mic talking about he wants to send American citizens um, to El Salvador, to this new camp. That he needs five more of those built. Well, five more of what? Five more of the whole complex, or five more of the individual? I mean, what are we talking here? Even if that's the case, that this is still an American Auschwitz. So this isn't like fear mongering anymore. Like everybody was sitting there, oh, it can't happen here. Oh, we have laws. Well, bullshit, bullshit, because look at what's going on. This is also a chance for those of us that are in the spiritual realms and communities to recognize the patterns. And we've all entered into this like mirrored corridor, right? Where a place where what we feel in our spirit is starting to show up more faster and more clear in the physical. So I don't want you to feel like you're powerless because you're not. We are the priestesses, we are the seers, we are the root workers, the spiritual architects of this new timeline. And we must begin to now camouflage, not from a place of hiding, but from a place of sovereignty and strategy, like the goddesses. So, some things that you could think about is digital camouflage, um, making sure that you're using code words on social media so that you're not getting picked out, picked on, pulled off, all of the thing, right? You can use browsers like Brave. I would stop using Signal, even though that's like one of the best ones to use because of how it deletes. But if we were able to get the information from Signal because of how easily it was to add somebody that wasn't supposed to be in there, you kind of got to worry. You can also begin to switch up your spiritual code, like kind of like I have done in some of my podcast. Instead of saying I'm scared, say something like the storm is moving fast. The winds are quickly approaching. Ooh, I can feel the hurricane a coming. Um, And again, make sure you're starting to delete things like your digital face unlocking recognition software from like your phone or your laptops because that facial recognition, all they have to do is really put a picture up and it'll unlock. Physical camouflage, you can begin to like remove stuff, and this really does hurt my spirit the most because I am very proud of the amulets that I wear, or I'm very proud of certain clothing items that I have certain goddesses on it or symbols on it. And so you might want to think about maybe toning that down or stopping that or not using them at all. Um, when you're out in public, try to wear neutral colors because those are um it's easier to blend in and if you are being surveilled. Um, Making sure that when you're going out, you're keeping, your tourmalines, your obsidians, maybe just instead of having it out, just you're still got it, right? It's still inside. It's right there. So there are things that you can do. Another really great one you can do is in the morning when you're saying thank yous or your gratitudes or, just you have that gentle speak with your spirit guides, your spirit team. You just ask them or just say something simply to the effect of, I walk hidden under the veils of the divine, and I cannot be tracked by those who wish to harm me. Making sure you're putting out those type of words, giving that energy frequency of protection. And again, I will keep saying this. This is not about fear. This is power in motion. Okay. Let them underestimate us. Let them think that we are not ready for this fight. So it is also now a time to begin to activate the hidden sisterhood. And I'm calling each of you to begin to building your own personal off-grid contact lists with women that you trust in your life. Keep it handwritten. Don't keep it on your phone. Don't put it in a goddamn Google Doc. Keep it in a sealed pouch with your protective herbs and symbols so that it can't be seen. Um, What goes on this list? This is easy. First name or code name. General location, just city or origin. Okay, or region. Uh, in a sentence of commitment, if I need to go dark, I can, something like that. If you are forming a spiritual underground railroad, this is not dramatic. This is ancestral intelligence being reborn. So you have to know that each of us that are listening right now, you are already starting to formulate just by listening to me and understanding the gravity of this moment, that it is time for you to also begin to formulate your spiritual underground railroad. And again, preparation isn't an act of fear. It is an act of self-love. You need to, one, have two safe locations, one near but not obvious, and one far away with some supplies, preferably someplace rural, preferably off-grid, or maybe even owned by someone else in our spiritual community. I'm hoping that the sisters that are out there that have been running all of these retreats, that have built these amazing locations, start to put out a call that they have a safe location for the rest of us. Haven't seen it yet. Hoping for it. You need to also have 3 code phrases. These have that can be easily memorized and agreed upon between your sisters, your coven, your circle, and your loved ones. Examples, something simple of the moon is rising early. And it could mean something simple like, I don't feel safe. I'm not safe. Um, wow, the garden is blooming again. Code words, time to meet. The mirror cracked. It's too late to return. Run. Okay. Simple 3-word coded phrases. A burnable ID kit. Have this ready to grab at one moment's notice, and it should include the following: a prepaid Visa card for maybe $100, paper ID or photocopies with anything that is altered but close to believable data, you know, kind of in the same spots, um, in case you need to hide yourself. A SIM card is not recommended, but sometimes, you can just grab one of those, pop it in a phone, and you're good. But I would recommend a burner phone that is sealed, um, in foil and then in fabric to keep any moisture from getting to it. Um, Besides having the $100 prepaid Visa card, I highly recommend that you put $100 cash in very small bills somewhere stashed around near you that you can grab on the fly. Also, again, a little Altoids box with maybe some grounding items like stones, crystals, a shell, a few herbs, maybe a pendant or an amulet, and a birthday candle. Maybe some matches to light it, or a small little Bic candle, small little Bic lighter. Mm-mm. So let's jump back to what's coming on April 20th. Again, like, this is no accident. Um, it has historically been this energy of bad, fucked up, horrible shit. So I want you to be very prepared for this. Um, this isn't going to be just another policy shift or just another executive order, guys. Okay. I am trying to be as transparent as I absolutely can with my visions because I have been getting told for the last 5 months, 4 months, that can't happen. We have laws. Congress won't let it. Supreme Court won't let it. Da, 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 da. And yet here we are. Okay, so be mindful of this April 20th. Um, one of the things that you need to remember is that we need to create that underground, that sacred space. And um we need to build our emergency sister network. That is vital. Building our sister network is going to be the most important part of this aspect, um, because they will be watching. There will be people that need to flee. There will be people that are safe and stable. And so we need to be able to connect those lines together. So let's not sugarcoat this shit. We are in a controlled demolition of democracy. This is now an autocracy. The Alien Enemy Act is active. The ACA has been defunded. Women of color, immigrants, and those with spiritual power are increasingly being targeted. They are singling you guys out at the border when you're crossing back and forth with those of my sisters that have dual citizenship. And it is not about party lines. Please understand this. This is not Democrat versus Republican. This is about our soul's sovereignty, about your right to exist as a powerful, awakened being. And for those of you who are asking, what do I do when my family doesn't believe me? It's easy. You protect yourself anyways. The hardest part about all of this is that we are going to have to leave some of those behind. Not in hate, but in sacred boundaries. They will start turning on us. We do not need to drag the sleeping into the fire to awake them anymore. You do not need to be showing anybody your magic anymore. You do not need to be giving the baby witches any more of our spells, incantations, or teachings. So, in closing, my sisters, again, a couple small things. You are not alone. This is nothing new. It's ancient. We've been being trained for it. We all know it. We all feel it. April 20th may be a date that is being shown to us all. And it may be the date that they use to try to close the gates. But we are already outside their fortress, in the woods, under the moon, around the fire with each other, metaphorically, physically, and spiritually. So trust what you know, trust what you're seeing, and trust that we will rise like the sacred wildflowers through the cracks of the concrete. Your role from here forth, sisters, is a simple one. Your assignment is now the light bearer. Your role is not to convince anymore. It is to now prepare and embody. You are the lighthouse, sister. They look to you. You are the ancestors' answer to those prayers long ago. You were not born to be tamed in times of tyranny. So, sisters, I say to you this now. Get your houses in order, spiritually and physically, because the winds are shifting and the goddesses are watching, and she's watching those who remember her name. Know I always will see you. I will always trust you, and that you are not alone. So until next time, my sweet sisters, stay camouflaged, stay sovereign, and stay aware.